Imagine getting paid $300,000 a year to literally talk rich people out of buying private islands because they had a bad day at the stock market, or spending your Tuesday morning explaining to a billionaire why investing his entire fortune in Dogecoin because Elon Musk tweeted a meme might not be the smartest financial strategy. Welcome to wealth management, where grown adults with more money than entire countries need professional babysitters to stop them from making decisions that would make a drunk college freshman look fiscally responsible. This industry controls $162 trillion. That's more money than exists in most people's wildest fantasies, more than the GDP of every country on Earth combined. Yet nobody actually knows what these people do all day. They're not stock traders yelling buy and sell like in the movies. They're not investment bankers snorting coke off Bloomberg terminals. There's something way weirder and way more necessary. Professional rich people whisperers whose entire job is making sure billionaires don't accidentally bankrupt themselves through pure stupidity. And before you think this sounds easy, consider this. 1 in 13 wealth managers has a misconduct record. Bernie Madoff stole $65 billion from these experts. And right now, $84 trillion is about to change hands in the biggest wealth transfer in human history. Except 81% of the people inheriting that money want to fire everyone currently managing it. This industry is simultaneously growing explosively and having an existential crisis, which makes for some absolutely wild drama. So what is a wealth manager? Think of a wealth manager as the ultimate helicopter parent, but instead of hovering over your dating life, they're hovering over your money. Their job is to make sure rich people don't accidentally blow their fortune on stupid stuff like NFTs of their pet goldfish or investing their life savings in whatever crypto Elon Musk tweets about at 3 a.m. Here's the simple breakdown. When you have serious money, we're talking millions, not thousands. You need someone whose full-time job is making sure that money doesn't disappear. It's like having a personal trainer, but for your bank account. They don't just pick stocks. They're basically running a 24/7 customer service center for people with more money than sense. Let's say you're Jeff Bezos. Stay with me here. You wake up one Tuesday and decide you want to buy a $500 million yacht, donate $100 million to charity, move $50 million to your ex-wife because you forgot her birthday again, and invest another $200 million in some startup that makes AI-powered toothbrushes. Your wealth manager's job is to figure out how to do all of this without breaking any laws, accidentally crashing the stock market, and making your accountant have a nervous breakdown. Real talk. Wealth managers are part financial advisor, part therapist, part tax wizard, and part babysitter. They spend their days talking people out of buying private islands during midlife crises and explaining why spending $2 million on a rare Pokemon card might not be the best investment strategy. How much does this cost? Here's where things get wild. Most wealth managers charge about 1% of your total money every year. Sounds reasonable, right? Just 1%. But let's do some quick math that'll make your head spin. Let's say you have $3 million. Humble brag, I know. That 1% fee means you're paying $30,000 every single year just for someone to manage your money. That's more than some people's entire salary. Over 20 years, assuming your money grows at 7% annually, you'll pay about $1.3 million in total fees. To put that in perspective, that's enough money to buy a really nice house, a Tesla, and still have enough left over for a lifetime supply of avocado toast, all for someone to basically be your money's personal assistant. But wait, it gets worse. That 1% is just the base fee. It's like buying a car and then finding out the steering wheel costs extra. There are platform fees, 0.15 to 0.50%, investment fees, 0.05 to 1.50%, and if you want to invest in fancy stuff, performance fees, typically 20% of any profits. Think of it like going to a fancy restaurant. The menu shows the price of your steak, but then there's tax, tip, the kitchen appreciation fee, the tablecloth cleaning surcharge, and a mysterious ambiance charge that nobody can explain. By the time you're done, your $50 steak costs $95. How to become a professional wealth manager. Step 1. Get certified, aka academic hazing. The CFP, Certified Financial Planner. Certification is considered the gold standard, which means it's really hard and has a 67% first-time pass rate. The CFA, Chartered Financial Analyst, is even worse. You have to pass 3 sequential 6-hour exams with around 50% fail rates, and each exam requires 300+ hours of studying. It's like training to become a Navy SEAL, except instead of learning to survive in combat, you're learning to survive Excel spreadsheets. Step 2, climb the ladder while everyone above you makes more money. Analyst, $50,000 to $75,000. You're basically a professional professional coffee fetcher who also happens to build financial models. Relationship manager, $75,000 to $150,000. You get to talk to actual clients, but mostly to tell them their advisor is busy. Senior advisor, $150,000 to $500,000 plus dollars. You finally get to manage real money and real clients. Partner director, $500,000 to $2 million plus. You've made it, now you get to stress about other people's stress. Step 3, master the art of professional hand-holding. The job is 30% financial analysis, 70% psychological counseling. You need to be able to explain why the market dropping 2% doesn't mean the apocalypse is coming, while simultaneously calculating tax implications of a divorce settlement and figuring out how to hide a client's impulse purchase of a $2 million vintage Ferrari from their spouse. Minimum entry requirements. Here's the kicker that'll make you feel poor. You can't just walk into a wealth management firm with your life savings and expect them to care about you. These places have minimum requirements that would make exclusive nightclub bouncers jealous. Goldman Sachs, private wealth, $10 million minimum. Some sources say $20 million. JP Morgan, private bank, $10 million minimum. Morgan Stanley, private wealth, $10 million minimum. UBS private wealth, $10 million minimum. Unless you have the GDP of a small island nation sitting in your checking account, these firms will basically laugh you out of the building. It's like trying to get into an exclusive country club, except instead of having the right last name, you need to have enough money to buy the country club. This creates a weird world where only the ultra-rich can access the best financial advice, while everyone else gets stuck with whatever discount advisor is willing to work with peasants like us. It's financial inequality at its finest. The rich get richer, partly because they're the only ones who can afford the good help. The Great Wealth Transfer Apocalypse. Buckle up for the wildest statistic in finance. $84 trillion is about to transfer from baby boomers to younger generations over the next 20 years. That's more money than exists in most parallel universes. But here's the plot twist that's keeping wealth managers awake at night. 81% of the young wealthy people plan to fire their parents' wealth managers. Why? Generational differences that make Game of Thrones family drama look simple. Boomers. I want to meet my advisor face to face at his office, shake his hand, and discuss my portfolio over expensive whiskey while complaining about kids these days. Millennials, Gen Z. I want to manage my investments through an app, get real-time updates, pay minimal fees, and never have to talk to another human unless something is literally on fire. This creates a massive problem for wealth management firms. Their entire business model is built on relationships with aging clients, but the people inheriting the money want nothing to do with that approach. It's like Blockbuster trying to convince Netflix users that driving to a store to rent movies is actually better than streaming. This is how a day in the life of a wealth manager looks like. Forget the Hollywood movies where wealth managers sit in leather chairs making mysterious phone calls. The reality is way less glamorous and way more chaotic. 6 a.m. The day starts before rich people wake up. While their clients are still drooling on $5,000 silk pillowcases, wealth managers are already checking what happened in Asian markets overnight. Did China's economy sneeze? Did some random cryptocurrency crash because a famous person said something stupid on Twitter? These early morning market checks are like the financial equivalent of checking if your house burned down while you were sleeping. 8 a.m. Morning strategy calls, aka organized panic sessions. Picture a Zoom call where everyone's drinking coffee that costs more than your monthly Netflix subscription, discussing whether the Federal Reserve's latest announcement means they should buy more bonds or if inflation is going to eat everyone's lunch money. 10 a.m. client hand-holding session. Hi, Mrs. Henderson. I saw the market dropped 0.3% today and wanted to call before you sold everything and bought gold bars to bury in your backyard. This is wealth management's version of customer service. Clients see their portfolio drop by $100,000, which to them is like losing a penny between couch cushions, and immediately want to move everything to their savings account. 12 p.m. Lunch meetings where million-dollar deals happen over overpriced salads. We're talking about restaurants where the bread costs $15 and the water has its own sommelier. 3 p.m. Portfolio Tetris. Remember playing Tetris as a kid, trying to fit all the blocks together perfectly? Portfolio management is basically the same thing, except the blocks are million-dollar investments, and if you mess up, someone's retirement disappears. 6 p.m. Crisis management time. This is when things get spicy. Maybe a client's son just announced he's dropping out of Harvard to become a professional TikTok dancer and wants access to his trust fund. 8 p.m. Still working because rich people don't understand time zones. Your billionaire client just landed in Tokyo and wants to discuss moving $10 million into Japanese stocks right now because they had amazing sushi for dinner and think it's a sign from the universe. Wealth management is simultaneously the most important and most misunderstood industry in finance. assets. These people control more money than entire countries, yet most of us have no idea what they actually do. They're part financial advisor, part therapist, part crisis manager, and part professional rich people babysitter. The industry is going through massive changes: AI disruption, generational wealth transfer, fee compression, and regulatory pressure that will determine who survives the next decade. The firms that figure out how to blend technology with human expertise will thrive. The ones that don't will become cautionary tales told at business school. Whether you love them or hate them, wealth managers play a crucial role in keeping the global economy from completely imploding every time rich people get scared about market volatility. They're basically the financial equivalent of designated drivers, making sure people with too much money don't make decisions they'll regret when they sober up. So the next time you see someone in an expensive suit talking about portfolio optimization and risk management, just remember, they're probably trying to talk someone out of buying a private island because Mercury is in retrograde. And honestly, the global economy is probably better off for it.